Ready to eat healthier and don't know where to start? Watch on because I'm sharing my dietitian-backed tips for eating well and feeling good all year long. As the new year begins, many of us are setting fresh goals, and eating better often tops the list. The right foods don't just fuel us, they actually improve our energy, support digestion and immunity, and help lower the risk of chronic diseases. So this year, let's ditch the crash diets, the yo-yo dieting for good, and embrace balanced habits that actually last. Together, we'll transform how you eat so you can feel your best, not just for now, but for life. And be sure to stay to the end because the last tip just might surprise you. Stop subtracting and start adding. How many times have you started a New Year's resolution with a goal like, I'm going to lose 10 pounds, or I'm cutting out sugar, or even, I'm never eating carbs again? I get it. It's tempting to think that the key to success is eliminating things from your diet. But isn't restriction the worst? Not only can we feel deprived and probably cranky, but strict restriction can actually cause you to crave the very foods you were trying to avoid in the first place, like quick carbs and snacky foods. Forget that. It's time to add. Here's the shift I want you to try. Instead of focusing on what you're going to cut out, why not focus on what you're going to add in? Add more protein, more vegetables, more fruit, more fiber. When you start thinking about adding in nutrition foods, it feels way more empowering. It's a mindset shift that focuses on nourishing your body, not punishing it. Adding more protein, more veggies, more fruit, and more fiber. These foods don't just fill you up, they fuel you in the right way. And guess what? You'll likely find that you naturally crave less processed junk because your body is actually getting what it really needs. For example, let's talk about veggies. If you're trying to eat healthier, how about adding in an extra veggie to your meals instead of worrying about cutting out processed snacks? Take a bag of spinach, throw it into your pasta sauce. Stir fry some zucchini to go with your chicken, or toss some bell peppers into a wrap. Not only are you getting in extra vitamins and fiber, but you're adding flavor and color to your meals too. Here's another idea. Add more beans into your diet. That's the fiber and protein combo. I'm talking about chickpeas, black beans, lentils. These are all full of protein, fiber, and nutrients, and they're easy to add to almost any meal. Throw them into a salad, mix them into a grain bowl, or roast them with your favorite spices for a crunchy snack. I love crispy chickpeas. And I promise you, they're not just for salads. They can be the secret ingredient to making a meal feel hearty and satisfying. The best part is that when you focus on adding more of these nutrient-dense foods, you're naturally crowding out some crappy options. Refocus your mindset from restriction to addition. Not only will you feel better physically by eating more nourishing foods, but you'll also feel better psychologically. This isn't about deprivation, it's about nourishment in a positive way. So here's a tip. Add one new healthy food to your meals each week. Berries to your morning oatmeal, lentils into a cozy soup. That's that protein and fiber in one. The best way to start adding more of these foods intentionally starts with a plan. Let's talk meal planning. Yes, it is 100% a key to eating better. And here's why. First, meal planning keeps you eating at home. Even the healthy-ish takeout options are sneaky with the salt and the oil. Restaurants aren't cooking to meet your goals, they're cooking to keep you coming back. And cheap flavor means lots of fat and sodium. When you cook at home, you're in charge. You can control the fat, the sodium, and the flavor. Second, meal planning clears up that mental clutter. Instead of winging it, you get to choose meals that actually help you get your goals. And you want more veggies, more protein, more fiber? Plan it and boom, it's done. Third, it keeps you on track. With your plan written down or typed out, recipes are at the ready and ingredients are in the fridge. You skip that what's for dinner panic. When it's time to eat, you just cook. So here's a tip. Start small. Plan 3 meals this week. Once you've nailed that, bump it up to 5, and then you can keep going. It's about building a routine that turns into a habit. And if you're staring at your fridge thinking, help, I don't know where to start, I'm dropping a link to all my meal planning programs below to check out. Simple swaps are those small changes that add up in a big way. And I'm not saying you need to give up what you love here. You can still enjoy your favorite things, but we're just going to do them in a way that's a little healthier, a little more fun, and a lot more satisfying. You like what you like. Lean into that. Just make it work for you. So, how about switching sour cream for Greek yogurt? It's still creamy and tangy, but it's also packed with protein and great for our gut health. What about more veggies? Swap boring iceberg lettuce for some baby spinach. Seriously, baby spinach is a nutrient powerhouse, and iceberg is just kind of along for the ride. And if you want that crunch on your salad, but want to avoid those store-bought croutons that are packed with who knows what, try some pepitas, those nicely salted pumpkin seeds on top instead. It's crunchy, satisfying, and you're getting some awesome healthy fats and magnesium. And if you're craving a savory snack, skip the greasy potato chips and pop some popcorn instead. This is one of my favorites and one of my go-tos. Popcorn is fiber-filled, it's very crunchy, and won't leave you feeling bloated and gross. You can even season it up. My favorite is Nooch popcorn. That's nutritional yeast sprinkled over top, and it gives popcorn this cheesy kind of umami flavor, and it packs in some vitamin B12. Now let's talk about coffee. You love your morning cup of coffee, but that sugar-laden, fat-laden creamer is not doing you any favors. Swap it out for some almond milk or some soy milk, and I promise it's still going to be creamy and give your coffee that little upgrade, but you won't have the sugar crash afterwards. And you can start small. Go half and half. A little bit of your creamer, a little bit of soy milk, and then you can phase your way into removing the old creamer and just going with almond milk or soy milk. Now for the big one, soda. I know this is a tough one, but trust me that you will feel so much better when you say goodbye to soda and goodbye to the bloat that it brings. Start with one soda swap at a time. Sparkling water will be your new best friend. It's fizzy, it's refreshing, and it doesn't have all that sugar. And you can even add a little fruit or some cucumber for some flavor, and you will be sipping that and enjoying it in no time. The best part is that you can make these swaps without feeling deprived. Remember, we are adding in here. Healthy eating doesn't mean saying goodbye to everything that you love. It just means giving your body the upgrade that it really deserves. So go ahead and make a swap and start feeling better. What's your favorite healthy swap? Drop it in the comments. I'm always looking for new ideas to try. Prep is the unsung hero of healthy eating. Seriously, this might be the biggest game changer of them all. And it doesn't mean spending hours upon hours in the kitchen. Prep can be efficient and frankly, simple. Start by looking over your meal plan and pick a few things to prep. Prep some hard-boiled eggs for a quick protein-packed snack. Prep a salad dressing that doubles as a marinade to use during the week. Or just chop up some veggies to have on hand for meals or for snacking. Or even prep some energy bites for a quick, nourishing snack that is perfect after your workout. I swear by the 1-hour meal prep session. In just an hour, I'll prep a snack, a grain, a breakfast, and marinate some chicken and tofu. That hour will set me up for success all week and save so much time when life gets busy. And if an hour feels like too much, no worries. Start with just 15 to 20 minutes of prep this week. And then you can add little chunks of time up. You'll be amazed at how much easier it gets and how much better and less stress you feel. Be sure to hit that subscribe button because next week I'm sharing some of my favorite meal prep breakfast recipes. This one might sound simple, but there's a lot of power behind it. Real food means whole foods with minimally processed ingredients as much as you can. While convenience and fast foods are quick and easy, they often come with loads of added sugar, lots of unhealthy fats, and salt and preservatives that don't make us feel great and don't help us reach our goals. Eating real whole foods also means cooking at home more. It doesn't have to be complicated. Simple foods can be the best foods. And when you really dive in and get into eating real foods, you might get into baking your own bread at home or making homemade crackers and snacks or making your own chicken broth instead of the carton version. But even small swaps can make a big difference. It's about getting back to the basics without the stress. Keep it achievable and not overwhelming. Start where you can and make it work for you. We've been making our own bread for almost 9 years now, and it's just become routine. It's part of what we do in my house. And just for fun, I bought a popular store-bought loaf for my kids to try, and guess what? They said it had no flavor, and the texture was like a sponge. Proof that homemade can really be the best. All right, first things first, put the phone down. Scrolling while you're eating equals mindless eating, and that means you're shoveling food in without even thinking about it. Ditch the screens and focus on your actual meal. Now, slow down and savor your food. Mindful eating isn't just some trendy term. It actually helps you enjoy your food and helps digestion too. When you take your time, you can actually appreciate the flavors, the textures, and just how nourishing your food is. So here's a tip. Take a deep breath before you dig in and set the intention to be present with your meal. Then, halfway through or 3/4 of the way through, check in with yourself. Are you full? Are you still hungry? Are you just eating to finish the plate? Give yourself the headspace to really feel your fullness and know when to stop or when to keep going. Okay, this one is huge. If there is one tip that I hope really sticks with you, let it be this. Give yourself grace. Healthful eating is not about perfection. I want to say that again. It is not about perfection. Do your best. Nourish your body with those whole grains, those veggies, fruits, and beans and nuts and seeds most of the time. And when you have that slice of cake at your kid's birthday party, enjoy it. Don't beat yourself up over any food. Nutrition isn't made or broken by one meal or one day. It's about what you do most of the time. So give yourself some grace, just like you would a friend. Have fun with cooking and just keep moving forward, getting those 1% improvements each day. This tip is a little unique and special. Cook for friends and family. Invite them over to share a meal. Think about the last time you sat down to a meal with friends. Not only does it nourish your body and fuel you, but it nourishes your soul too. The community aspect of cooking is something we often overlook, but let me tell you, it is powerful. Sharing a meal together is one of the best ways to connect and show love, and it's at the heart of community. And when you cook at home for others, you're promoting that sense of connection, bringing joy and good food to the table. Plus, it's a huge win for your health goals because you're eating at home, which is always a step in the right direction. Cooking for others can make the whole process of healthy eating feel less like a chore and more like an experience. And who doesn't love getting together for good food and company? Pick that recipe you've been dying to try, invite a few lovely people over, and share the experience. And hey, don't do it all yourself. You have guests coming, ask them to bring something too. Cooking at home brings people together in the best way possible, and I can't think of a better way to fuel the fire to healthy eating than sharing a meal with people that you love. If you love sharing meals with friends, go ahead and hit that like button now. I hope you're feeling inspired to start adding, planning, prepping, and inviting family and friends over for a delicious meal. By this time next year, you can absolutely be feeling good inside and out. Start slow, build up those habits until they become second nature. Hop on over to my video on how to create healthy habits that actually last on your screen right now. And I will see you over there. Until then, eat well, be well, thrive.